Welcome to another little baking session. We're going to make some cupcakes. We've made some for a while, and we're going to make some tiramisu cupcakes. Now these are based on a recipe again from Cup Cake Jemma. Actually, it's pretty much her recipe. I've just made two little additions, one at the beginning and one at the end. So we're going to make some basic cupcakes. Okay, so I'm using 250 grams of self-raising flour, 250 grams of cast sugar, 250 grams of soft unsalted butter, half a teaspoon of bicarb. We're going to want 4 eggs, and then we're going to add some actual espresso. So I'll add 3 tablespoons of espresso, stronger the better. And then my little addition, I'm going to add a tablespoon of actual espresso powder. Okay, to mix in with the flours. So that's what we're going to make. So let's get making the cupcakes, and then we'll go through the fillings, because this is another one of those that has a little filling in the centre and then like the filling or icing on top. So in goes my flour, my sugar, my bicarb, my espresso powder, my butter, and then I'm going to add the 4 eggs. Now if you actually checked out the recipe on Cup Cake Jemma, you'll see actually I've doubled the quantities here. Okay. That's because of the number of cupcakes I actually want to make. So I've just doubled everything. So we're just now going to beat these together until on about a medium for about a minute. Notice I haven't actually put my espresso in yet. Okay, so just going to beat this together. And once again, it helps if I turn the power on. So I've just given it a little scrape round. I'm just going to turn it up gently, and we're just going to pour in that espresso. And we're just going to then beat that in until essentially it's all combined. Okay, and then that's ready to go into the cupcakes. So this is now ready, it's all mixed in. I've had another little scrape round. We're now going to distribute it amongst the cupcakes, and we're going to put our oven on at about 160, 170ish. Okay, get that preheated. So we're just going to go along and, like I say, distribute this amongst the cases until they're all ready to go into the oven. So as usual, don't overfill it. Okay, and I'll catch you once we've cooked them. No, well actually we're going to cook them for about 20 minutes. So first off we're going to make the icing, okay, and then we're going to cover the bowl while we make the filling. So for that we want some more butter again. I've got 150 grams of butter, and that's going to go. And for the tiramisu, we're going to use for some mascarpone cheese, and we want, as it happens, 1 whole carton, 240 grams. So in that goes, and then we're just going to beat that together for a little bit before we add some icing sugar. Now I've got 840 grams of icing sugar, so we're going to beat these two together first, and then we'll add half the icing sugar, beat that well in, and then add the other half. So like I say, we're just going to cover that over with some cling film, and we're next going to prepare the filling, but before we do that I think we're just about ready to check if the cupcakes are cooked. Right, so for the filling, you're going to want some double cream. I've got 150 grams of double cream. And we're going to whisk it into that 2 tablespoons of caster sugar and gone blank then for a minute. The other 3 tablespoons of espresso. Alright, finally got there in the end. Right, so I'm just going to whisk them together by hand. Okay, and then we will transfer that into a piping bag ready to do the filling. Okay, so we obviously want to whip this up so it's quite thick and the sugar's dissolved into it. And then we've just got a bag ready for that. We'll have a bag ready for the icing. We just need the cakes to finish cooling, and then we'll just remove the centres so that we can then add this coffee filling. Right then, so we've cooled the cupcakes, we've poured them, and I've got the filling here, and all I'm going to do now is just fill each one with this mixture. I've got the icing already in the bag, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to pipe icing on top, until obviously we've got them all nicely coated. So just to finish, we're just going to give them a light dusting with some dark cocoa powder, and then we're going to do the extra little step that I said I was adding. What I've got here is some chocolate coated coffee beans, and I'm just going, well, there's 2 stuck together there, and I'm just going to stick one on the top of each just to finish it off. So there you go. There are our tiramisu cupcakes.